Alright, what's up guys? It's Aaron back here with another video. Today we're continuing our discussion about Christian living and how we should live our lives as Christians.
Enter through the narrow gate, for the gate is wide and the road broad that leads to destruction, and those who enter through it are many. How narrow the gate and constricted the road that leads to life, and those who find it are few. This is the narrow path.
Alright, so today we're going to start, our first verse is going to be Matthew 6:34. Therefore, do not be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will be anxious for itself. Let the day's own trouble be sufficient for the day. I think obviously the surface level meaning of this verse is just do not worry, and I think that's true, but I think it's also a very shallow meaning. I think that we need to look into why is worrying a bad thing? What does worrying take us away from? And I mean, like, worrying is a very human thing. It's a very human response. It's like we all worry, and I think that it can be hard to be like, but like worry's not that big of a deal. It's just like, I mean, like, it makes us feel like we're in control. And the two big reasons why it's just not good. First of all, it wastes our time, and it shows a unbelief in God, that we show God that we don't truly believe in His plan. We don't truly believe that He has a plan for us. And like when we like about the trust, like when we don't trust God, we are questioning His plan. Because as Christians, we are to believe that God has a plan for us, and that God's got our back, because He does. And that's just the truth, is God has got our back, and there's nothing that we can do that He will ever not have our back. And as long as we listen to Him and follow Him, He will help us to reach heaven with Him. And we just have to let Him help us, and we have to follow His plan and just trust it. Because when we worry, we try to take back our lives from God, and we try to tell Him that we know better, because God knows what's best for us, and God knows what we need. And there's this famous quote by St. Augustine. I don't remember exactly how it goes, but it's, in the end, we need to believe that Christ gives us everything we need for salvation, and gives us nothing that we don't need. And like, I'm paraphrasing because I don't exactly remember exactly how the quote goes, but St. Augustine is brilliant in this saying, because like, when we truly trust God, we realize that He knows the bar for salvation. He gives us what we need. We just need to capitalize off of it and look for Him in everything, and follow Him, and go to His scriptures, and go to His church, and go to His people, and just continue to follow Him. And like, God will not take us where His grace cannot sustain us. And I think that's so important, because like when we truly believe that, we know that He's not going to make us walk off a plank tied up to ropes, because He knows like it's going to drown us. So He created us, and He knows how far we can go, and knows what we are capable of. And He believes in us, and He knows us better than we know ourselves. And my pastor from back home, he always says this during his homilies. He was always being like, if you worry, you're going to die. And if you don't worry, you're still going to die. So why worry? Worrying gives us nothing. It takes us nowhere except in a circle of just doubt and anxiety. And it's hard, because I struggle with this too. It's hard to just not worry about things. It's almost impossible. But it's something as Christians that we need to step up, and we need to do better as. Because worrying takes us away from the joy of the present. It's exactly what the devil wants, is he wants to take us away from the joy of the present. And like Christ has us where He wants us. Christ has us where He wants us. He doesn't want us worrying about the future, worrying about the past, worrying about anything. He wants us to be in the present, because God has got us where He wants us. Like the devil wants to take you out of the present, because when the devil can take you out of the present, he can take you out of where God wants you without actually physically removing you. Because God has got you where He wants you. And the devil knows that. And so the devil is going to try to attack you and try to take you out as much as he can. If he can only take you out mentally with the worry, that's good enough for him. Because when you're not mentally there, you're basically not even physically there. Because your physical presence can only do so much without the spiritual and mental presence. And like Christ gave us one life for a reason. Like this is not like this all coincides with don't worry. Like Christ gives us one life. There's no reason to waste it worrying. And like he has it all planned out for us. Like we just need to trust him. And when we worry, we ruin what's in the present, and then we can mess up what's in the future. And so by worrying, we actually make things worse because we hyperfixate and think that we have the solutions when Christ is the only one with the solutions. And that's so important, is because we don't have the answers. God does. And when we truly realize that, it's so freeing and so amazing. Like God gave us one crazy, amazing, beautiful life, and we have to take advantage of it, because this is what he wanted us to do. He gave us one life for a reason. He gave us one life to make the most of it. Now, this doesn't mean to go out there and go party and be crazy and like go do what the world tells you to do, but live it up. I mean, like, get out there, take advantage of this beautiful life, the beautiful world that God has given us. Like, get off your phone, like, stop scrolling, like, be outside, go be in this beautiful, beautiful creation he's given us. Because that's another thing, is the phone. It takes us out of where we are. And when we're scrolling, when we're watching these useless videos, the devil takes us out of where we are again, because we're not in the moment. Like, we are created to be creatures of relation, creatures of love. Our purpose is to know, love, and serve God in this world, and to bring as many people with us to him in the next. And we can't do that if we're never in the moment, if we're always worrying, if we're always on our phones, if we're never present in the moment. How can we enjoy the gift? It's called a present. It's called the present for a reason, because it's truly, truly a gift. And like society's taught us to be like each other. It's taught us we need to be robots. Like do this, like get a 9-to-5, do this, like go to college, like go to high school, like do all these things of like these stepping stones of how to become successful in life according to the world. And it's just that stuff doesn't matter. Like at the end of the day, that big test that you have tomorrow, that big party that everyone's going to, the big video game that everyone's playing, those things don't matter, because at the end of the day, everything here is going to pass away. And what you're going to take with you is your memories, your relationships, and your love for others and for God. Because those are the three most important things in life. Is your love for God, first of all, your love for others, and your memories. Your relationships, your relationship to nature, which God has given us for a reason. And like, in a world full of wannabes, of people who want to be like another, be yourself. Be who God created you to be, because God has a plan for when he created you. He knew what he was doing when he created you. He created you like no one else. No one is exactly like another. There's no two human beings that are exactly the same. And we all try to be the same. We all try to imitate the same people. We all try to be like we all try to fit in the same box. Like that's not how God created us to be. Like, it's a blessing to be alive. We need to go out there and make genuine connections with people, make lasting memories that glorify the amazing God who created this universe. Like, we need to truly live our lives like someone left the door wide open, because they did. God left the door to life wide open. He says, you know what, here's this beautiful world I created. I created it for you. I created it for you to enjoy, for you to experience me through it. And we always forget that. Like for me, the best place I can experience God is, except for in humans and in the sacraments, is outside in nature. Because when I look outside, when I look at the trees, when I look at the beautiful sunsets, at the stars in the sky, I realize God made that, not for him, because it doesn't give him anything, but it gives us a reason to look for him. And I think that when we realize everything in this world points back to Christ, or points back to God, we start to have so much more appreciation for the little things. Because at the end of the day, the little things are what matter in this life. The little things are what make life special and make life worth living. And when we truly embrace these little things, when we truly embrace these one crazy, beautiful life that God has given us, and go out and make the most of it, that's when we're truly living. That's when we're truly living a Christian life. Not a secular, boxed in, do this, you need to have these stepping stones. No. Live as Christ has wanted you to do. To make the most of your beautiful life. And be yourself. Next verse we're going to be looking at is 2 Timothy 1:7. Pull it up. All right. For God did not give us a spirit of timidity, but a spirit of power and love and self-control. God made us to be fearless. Like, he did not make us to live in fear of the devil and of others. Like, God made us to feel loved by him and to feel supported by him and to realize that we can do all things with Christ and that nothing else matters except for him. Like, the only approval we should ever be seeking in this world is approval from Christ, because Christ is all that matters. Nothing else matters. That approval from your parents, like, as much as your parents, like, you should try to do your best to please them, but if their will is against God's will is so much more important. Like, you need to, like, if you're worrying about anybody else's will or anybody else's approval before God's, it's misplaced. That's not how you should be living your life, because Christ's approval is the only one that matters, and that's genuinely all that matters. And, like, we should only do what is right in his eyes, not waste our time seeking the approval from the same world that literally murdered and crucified a perfect man that is Christ. Like, they literally murdered this man. Why should we seek approval from this world when they did that to him? When they did that to a perfect man? If we're getting approval, it means that we are not perfect. It means we are far from perfect, because this world crucified a perfect man. A perfect man. Think about that. Even if we are perfect, we will still be murdered mercilessly. Jesus was literally a perfect human being, and he was murdered the most brutal death anyone could ever suffer. He was nailed to a cross. So why would we waste time trying to seek the approval of anybody in this world except for Christ? Like we can't waste time by trying to be cool, by trying to not show love to others. Like, life is an experience. Life is a game to be played, and, like, we can't just sit here on the sidelines. We have to get in the game and, like, actually participate. We can't just sit here and act like we don't care, because life's too short to act like you don't care, man. Like, you gotta tell people you love them if you care about them. Like, you gotta be out there. You gotta go make the most. You gotta smile, because, dude, life's too short to not smile. Because life is a gift. The highs and the lows, everything about life is a gift. Because without the valley lows, you cannot have the mountain highs. Like, what curses from God are not also blessings? Because when you are blessed by God, because a curse is a blessing in disguise, because when you have those lows, it makes you so much more appreciative of the highs. And they always happen for a reason. Like there's no sense worrying about the things of tomorrow. Like, let's be honest, how many of us actually remember what we were worrying about 2 years ago? Not very many of us. We can't actually genuinely remember, like, what we were worrying about 2 days ago today. Like, that big test, like I said again, like, the big test, the big party, those friends. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, unless it's leading you towards Christ, it doesn't matter. Unless it's pointing you towards heaven and helping you get to heaven, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Now, there are important things that we have to do as humans to survive and to be human. Like, eat, make money. Like, we have to make money to eat. We have to eat to survive. Like, there are certain things that we have to do as humans, but our sole focus of life should never be money. Should never be the food. Should never be the success. Should never be the women, the alcohol, the parties. Like, it should never be that. Our main focus of life should always point towards God. And by pointing towards God, we point our love towards others. Because when we're truly a Christian, when we truly are like Christ, we love like Christ. And Christ loved unapologetically. He told people he loved them. He was there for them. Like, don't waste time trying to, like, not be there for people. Like, be there for people, even if it hurts. Sit in the mud with people. Like we have to live fearlessly. We have to live unapologetically Christian. And unapologetically Christian means loving everyone, no matter how they've hurt us. And that doesn't mean, like, oh, you have to go tell everyone in the world that you love them. No, when you cross paths with someone, it doesn't matter who they are. treat them with kindness, treat them with human dignity, because they deserve both. It doesn't matter what they've done. Every human deserves those two things: to be treated like a human and to be loved. And if we can't offer those two things to everyone we meet, then we're no better than the Pharisee and the Levite in the parable of the Good Samaritan. We are exactly like those people walking right past that poor man that got mugged in the streets, because we are too worried about ourselves to focus on others. And like we can't just sit here and do nothing. Because when we sit here and do nothing, we are indulging, we are okaying what wrongs are happening. Like, God has given us one crazy, beautiful life. And the question that we need to answer for ourselves is how we're going to live it. Is it going to be for Christ, or is it going to be for the world? Are we going to live fearlessly and worryless, or are we going to spend our lives whisking away and worrying and living in fear of judgment from others and worrying about approval from the world that killed a perfect man? Which one? Can't have both. You got to choose. Do you choose Christ, or do you choose Satan? That's the question we have to wake up and ask ourselves every day. Is today, will I be a light for Christ, or will I be a darkness for the devil? Will I be a net positive to people? Will I help bring people joy, or will I help bring people sadness? I choose to do my best to try to bring that light and that joy to other people, and I hope everyone else can do the same. All right, God bless, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great week. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless.